edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano, and today Paul Gorman, president of the South Shore YMCA, joins us with some information about their upcoming annual Taste of the South Shore and summer programs and more. First, though, as always, we take a look at the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, it's beautiful. Brilliant sunshine. It's 58 degrees right now. We are climbing into the mostly sunny mid-60s this afternoon. Perfect eclipse viewing weather later on this afternoon. Nice night tonight under partly cloudy skies. Lows will drop off only into the mid-40s. That sets us up for a pretty nice Tuesday, too, with lots of sunshine, just a few high, thin clouds. A little cooler tomorrow. Highs only in the lower 50s. And then we're back to some April showers here for middle of the week. Wednesday, some afternoon rain with highs in the mid-50s and off and on showers and rain throughout the day on Thursday, too. Highs again only in the mid-50s, so enjoy the next couple of days. Gorgeous sunshine, 58 in Quincy right now. Checking out news for you today, Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch wants to expand the Quincy Center redevelopment project. The mayor is asking the City Council to expand the redevelopment district to include the other side of the Bergen Parkway, which includes Star Market and Grossman Shopping Plaza property. Mayor says he feels that area is primed for development.
When we first developed these lines a number of years ago, we anticipated at some point that those would be added. We certainly didn't want to be overwhelming initially in the proposal and the optics of it, but it makes perfect sense. And the hope is, as that site is developed, we can connect that side with the new garage at the Trader Joe's with some kind of a skywalk overpass for pedestrians to connect between the two sides, because the Bergen Parkway is as you know, a major thoroughfare. It carries a lot of volume of traffic, and the pedestrian crossings there. Two things. One is it's a little more hairy to cross a 4-lane road. Number two is every time you hit a pedestrian button there and shutting the traffic down, it has an effect on the traffic flow on that major thoroughfare. So we're looking at that, some type of a crossover for pedestrian use to help avoid the interruption of the traffic, but also the safety of the pedestrian.
Koch says there are currently no plans for the Star Market property to change hands. However, he says there has been developer interest in the Grossman's Plaza property. The City Council is reviewing the proposal. Drainage around the Squantum Elementary School in Quincy will be getting some much-needed improvements soon. City Council last week approved transferring $1.3 million from the city's sewer and drain revolving fund to make those improvements. Joe Shea from the consulting group Granite City Partners says the work will improve drainage around a wide area near the school.
This is about the sewers, and whether the sewers are in a private road or a public road, they will be repaired because we are protecting the waters of the United States. Right. So where Gladstone and Brunswick and all of the streets parallel come down to Bayside, they will be lined where they go regardless of public or private. If the analysis indicates that that sewer could possibly leak down the slope into Quincy Bay, it gets lined. So in your ward, Councilor, in Ward 1 and portions of Ward 2, we are continuously looking at the sewers along the beaches and waterways. Bayside Road, Avalon Beach, any of the Howes Neck components. Between Germantown and Howes Neck, there's a sewer. This money doesn't worry about whether it's public or private. It's a sewer that needs to be competent, needs to not leak, needs to not infiltrate. You're welcome.
Ward 6 City Councilor Bill Harris advocated for that project, saying that many residents have experienced flooding during these recent heavy rain events. Quincy City Council also considering borrowing $2.5 million from the MWRA to continue the city's efforts to remove lead water pipes across the city. Last week, Olivia Von den Benken from Granite City Partners told the City Council there are very few lead water lines left in the city, but their goal is to remove them all.
As previously stated, the city has approximately 24,000 services, and what we're here to discuss tonight focuses on a small portion of those that may contain lead. That's 3% that may contain lead. I want to emphasize that I use the word may, And this is because 3% is a very conservative number, because a portion of that includes a portion of the service line where we just don't have records for the material of that line. So to be conservative, we're assuming that they're lead. So that 3%, which out of the 24,000, that would be about 700 lines. Out of that, 100 of them, we just don't have records for. So the material's unknown, we're assuming lead. And then the other 600, we suspect may contain lead based on records. I should note, of that 600, over 500 of that is the homeowner section. So that means for about, I guess, 90% of that 3%, the city has already replaced the public side during their water improvement program.
DPW Commissioner Al Grazioso says the MWRA loan will be for 10 years at 0% interest. The funding would cover 3 years of a 10-year program to remove all lead-lined water pipes as mandated by the state. Quincy City Council also reviewing a request to borrow $7 million from the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust Fund to make sewer improvements across the city. The city would borrow the money from the state revolving fund for 20 years at 1.5% interest. Commissioner Al Grazioso says it's part of the city's capital improvement program that targets all major roadway infrastructure.
Each April, this body receives from DPW our rolling capital improvement funding requests for the upcoming construction season. For roadways and water mains, you have approved multi-year capital improvement programs, and most recently approved in the spring of 2021. However, our sewer and drainage projects are approved on a yearly basis. As we finalize our bids in preparation for the summer of 2024, we are here with our yearly request to improve the infrastructure in our neighborhoods tonight. We know these requests will go before the Finance Committee, but I would like to take a few minutes to review the status of our citywide programs. As I discussed with the City Council, each time I'm at the podium, DPW systematically assesses and improves our infrastructure with an asset management-based approach, now using our enhanced GIS system for tracking and reporting.
City Council must approve the loan by June 30th in order for the city to be eligible for that reduced interest rate. City, state, and federal officials all joined the family and friends of former Massachusetts Congressman William Delahunt at his funeral mass this past Saturday at St. Gregory's Parish in Dorchester. Mourners first paid their final respects at the United First Parish Church in Quincy Center on Friday as the funeral procession passed under an American flag suspended by a Quincy Fire Department ladder truck. Saturday's Mass was attended by former Secretary of State John Kerry, Senator Ed Markey, Congressman Stephen Lynch, Jim McGovern, and Bill Keating, and former Congressman Joe Kennedy, along with House Speaker Ron Mariano of Quincy, District Attorney Mike Morrissey of Quincy, and Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch. Delahunt died last Saturday at his Quincy home at the age of 82 after a long illness. Delahunt served 14 years in Congress, was Norfolk County DA from 1975 to 1996, served in the Massachusetts House for 2 years, and was a Ward 5 Quincy City Councilor. Donations in his memory may be made to the Adams Presidential Center. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, Paul Gorman of the South Shore YMCA joins us. That's next. Welcome back. Happy to welcome back to the program. Paul Gorman, president of the South Shore YMCA, is here to talk about a whole host of events happening 2024 at the Y. Immediately coming up, of course, is the Taste of the South Shore, their annual fundraiser. We've got summer programs to talk about as well, and some free stuff for the community. So, Paul, great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Joe. It's been a number of years.
It's been a while since you and I have chatted, yeah. But I love talking about the Y because it really it makes me think of summer.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me think of recreation and some downtime.
Yep.
Not at the Y certainly, but for most folks experiencing the activities that the Y has to offer. How are things going, first of all, before we talk about
Things
those?
are going great. We've completely rebounded since COVID, and we've even surpassed in a lot of numbers, especially membership too.
Wow.
So.
I think it was 10,000 before, is it right around there, is that right?
For our membership here,
Yeah.
it was close to like 15,000
Oh,
members.
wow.
We're right on 16, almost 17,000 members. So
Just Quincy.
just Quincy.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
it's like it's bigger than the town I live in. So.
Well, that's great news
Yeah,
then. That's
yeah.
great news. Are there any lingering precautions or nothing?
No,
Yeah.
no. You know, we still are looking for a few more preschool teachers,
Oh, okay.
but like everybody else in
Yeah.
the state or around the country. But other than that, things have gone really well.
That's super. What is your capacity, would you say, in Quincy? When would
You know,
be
it's
topped out?
hard to say because it kind of self-balances. We certainly have peak times. You know, you have the early morning group, and then a lot of seniors in the middle of the day, then after school, the teens and young
Sure.
kids, and then young professionals scatter throughout the day because so you know, work from home.
Right. Yes.
But so this Y is busy pretty much all day long, consistency, where a lot of Ys, especially as you get in the suburbs, in the middle of the day, it kind of dies down a little bit, and then
Sure.
it picks back up.
Yeah, not here though.
No,
Not
no.
in Quincy. How old is the South Shore Y now? Here in Quincy?
So the South Shore Y itself, I think we're, 127 years
Okay.
old here. It started in Quincy.
Yeah.
And, you know, this Y is now 10 years old.
Is
a
that
new
right?
building, yeah. Right
Okay.
here.
Now it's called the Hale family.
Correct, yep,
YMCA,
yep.
right? From the Hale family.
Hale family, Rob and Karen and their family.
Sure.
Yeah.
But South Shore Y also encompasses the Emerson branch?
Yeah, it
Hanover?
encompasses Germantown Neighborhood
Oh,
Center,
okay.
our food pantry, which is still in high demand after COVID. Really hasn't dwindled much, and we have about 70 kids there after school every day, and so in some other programs. And then the Emerson YMCA, which encompasses the Lars Center for the Arts, the outdoor pool complex, which was just completed this year, Early Learning Center and Gymnastics Center, which is all in separate building from the Emerson Y, and farm, and they have a day camp there as well. And then the Social and Natural Science Center in Norwell. We're just in the middle of building an early learning center there, so that'll be done by the fall. And then, of course, a resident camp down in Sandwich.
Okay. Wow.
So boys and girls resident camps.
Yeah, so really you encompass a good chunk of the South Shore.
Yeah, we
Think
have
about
we have deep impact on,
Yeah.
on the South Shore.
It would be appropriate to comment on the passing of Herb Emerson, right?
Yeah,
Not too
yeah,
long
you know,
ago.
such a great friend. For the years that I've been here, I actually knew about Herb when I first started my YMCA career in the middle 90s. His best friend was a gentleman, Nelson Burbank, who donated a lot of money for us to develop a Y up in Reading.
Oh.
And he used to talk about his best friend, Herb. So that's how I first met Herb. So I've known Herb for a long, long time. But great friend and mentor, donor to the Y. So he'll be he's sorely missed.
Yeah, I'm sure he was really proud to see the expansion that took place under his name.
He was.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. He was in the investment management business, so
Right.
he saw this as a great investment with a great return.
Yes.
So as far as investment in people
Yes.
and to see that return of all the folks and families that come here every day.
Yeah, true philanthropy.
And he not only gave down here, he gave to this Y up here, to this,
is that right?
to the new Y, and Germantown, consistently with Germantown. So he, you know, growing up in Quincy, he had a lot of connections still to the city.
Certainly, yeah. Is there going to be any kind of a commemoration or plaque or something of that nature?
So with, which was nice, we did it before he passed away.
Oh, very good.
You know, with the
Okay,
naming
yeah.
of the building.
Yeah.
The Lars Center for the Arts is named after his daughter.
Oh, okay.
So so we've done that, and
Nice.
and his name is a couple other places at our camps
Yeah.
and over at the Science Center as well.
So his legacy will live on,
Yes,
which is nice.
yes.
Yeah. You were gearing up for a very busy year, as I mentioned. Starting. Well, maybe we should start with just the small event,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Healthy Kids Day event.
Yeah, that's healthy, which is hundreds of kids.
It's not so small. Yeah.
We take over here, and it's just a one-day kind of taste of keeping kids healthy with just certain programs. We have a number of vendors, introduce people to the Y and the Y programs. Really encouraging, a healthy lifestyle, whether it's through our programs or camps or just a healthy lifestyle in total for families.
Yeah, it's Saturday, April 20th from 10 to 2. Food, fun, games, touch a truck stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's definitely a fun day and very well attended.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of kids.
So open to anybody, right?
Yes,
Just
yes.
Stop on by.
Absolutely stop by.
Learn about the Y programs
Yeah.
too, and then about summer camp.
Summer camp.
Yeah,
summer
what's going on with summer camp
Yeah,
this year?
so summer camp's always been strong for us here
Yes.
in Quincy, and if you can remember, in the old building, we used to have summer camp out in the field next to it. Well, that's where we built the new Y,
That's
so
right.
we lost that field, and over a number of years, we partnered with Eastern Nazarene College and transported kids back and forth to
Right.
the Y for swimming and other programs. And that gets a little complicated with transportation and with their summer programs as well,
Right. And time, right?
and the time,
Yeah.
and now they're working to support new immigrants
That's right.
in the short term there. So it becomes a crowded campus. So we've partnered now with Quincy High School right across the street to utilize some of their space, and now it's more like a campus for us. Kids go back and forth across the street and utilize the Y and some space at Quincy. So.
Oh, very good. Okay. Registration underway?
It is now,
is,
and we're well ahead of where we were last year. Since COVID, camps have really taken off, not only for our Ys, but across the country. It's spurred by, it's one of the programs that opened up because it was outdoors
That's right.
to folks, and it really encouraged those outdoor activities. So camps have been very, very popular for us, and with the popularity, has come increased need for camp scholarships, which has also increased, and no one's ever turned away. We work with the Quincy schools. Any kids or families that need that help, they reach out to us, as well as folks can just walk into the Y and ask for help and support to get their kids into camp.
Okay. And to that end, free swimming lessons for a lot of young kids. Right?
Yeah, we started a program, I think it was last year, especially for second graders here in Quincy.
Yeah.
And a number of elementary schools have taken advantage of it. And it's during the school day, so the kids get bussed over and they have free swim lessons to get the kids water safe and learn how to swim. So important for our youth. We're coming up to the seasons now, especially early on June, July, if it gets warm out before lifeguards are at some of the beaches, that there's always some tragedy of young kids wandering too close to the water, get into trouble, and unfortunately some drown.
Yes.
So we're really working hard to get kids water safe. We've been very fortunate where a lot of the beaches have struggled to get lifeguards. We train the lifeguards, so we're able to retain a lot of lifeguards. We train them for the beaches and the public beaches as well.
Yes.
So we have a lot of water. We have 2 pools here, indoor pools here, 2 down Emerson, 2 big outdoor pools, and our ponds down at our Camp Burgess and Hayward on the Cape. So we have a lot of water, a lot of need for lifeguards. So we're always training, and safety's top priority for
Sure.
us.
So, and there are scholarships available for
Absolutely.
second graders?
Yep.
Okay.
There's scholarships for all of our programs and membership, including child care, camps. So no one's turned away. We give away almost $3 million a year, and of funds that we raise to make sure no one's turned away.
So who can partake of the summer camp programs, Paul?
So those are for anyone.
Okay.
Young children from, I think, the age of around kindergarten, school age. Once they get a little bit older, they become counselors in training or employed by us as counselors, and a lot of them stay on through that. And it's a great part-time job for high school kids and then college
Yes.
kids, and some stay, within the Y program. We hire them afterwards. So we're one of the largest employer of teens on the South Shore. We probably hire about almost 400 teens throughout, all the way down to the Cape
Yeah.
for the summer. So a lot of them, this is their first job ever.
Yeah, and it makes it a lasting impression, I'm sure,
Yes, yeah.
into the future as well. So is there a deadline to sign up for your summer? I know they fill up quickly.
They fill up quickly, so that it's filling up now.
Okay.
The registration's been open now for about a month or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They go right on the website
Yep.
and sign in, or just stop in.
Okay. As I mentioned, is it your biggest fundraiser of the year, the Taste of the South Shore?
Yeah.
It's coming up.
We used to have 3 or 4 big fundraisers,
Right.
and it just seemed like we were doing events all the time. And you get to meet folks for that short evening. And
Yep.
what we've done is condensed it down to 2, the Taste of South Shore and our golf tournament, which is down in Plymouth every year at Pine Hills. And the rest of the time is about meeting folks, engaging with them, developing relationships, instead of just that one-time hit of asking them to come and meet them that night. But so we've been very successful of doing that, developing stronger, long-lasting relationships. But celebrating and they bring others to these events to show them what the Y is, and help we get new donors out of that.
Yeah, they're very proud of that partnership, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the Taste is going to be a little different this year, though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the Taste, a lot of not-for-profits have big special events, mostly their galas, and you mingle for a little bit, and then you sit at a table for a long period of time, and there's a whole long program. And we wanted to do something a little bit different. So the Taste is really a lot more casual.
Yes.
And it's been over in Lombardo's for many, many years, and Lombardo's was just sold.
I know.
And
yeah.
so we were thinking, where's the next venue? And we have a big, beautiful YMCA with a great field house here at the Hale YMCA in Quincy, and decided to have it there with a sports theme. And the Mary Orn, her development team, and all the volunteers, Rob and Karen Hale are co-chairs of this, along with all the chefs, came up with this idea of the sports theme, of which Dave Lombardo is going to be one of the MCs with Bob Halloran, who used to be with Channel 5
Sure.
Sports.
Yeah.
And there'll be kind of sports reporters during the evening.
Okay.
All the chefs will be wearing baseball shirts with their names on
Of their
it.
favorite team, probably.
Yeah. And all the restaurants,
Yeah.
instead of just having plain tables, we're building concession stands that you would see at a baseball game
Sure.
or a basketball game, at the Garden or Fenway Park.
Okay.
So it's going to be really neat. Again, nice and casual. Hopefully, we're getting some sports celebrities there
Oh,
as
really?
well to kind of mingle
Oh, can you
with
drop
folks.
some names?
Not yet.
No? Oh,
Not
okay.
yet. It's but working hard on some of those folks. But it's casual. It's fun. We're able to get sometimes the galas are kind of the older crowd in the galas. This gets a lot of the young professionals because it is
Oh, okay.
casual
Sure.
and come and to really enjoy themselves, and plenty to eat and drink. We have a lot of breweries there as well, so it is a very fun night. And if people buy their tickets ahead of time by April 15th, it's $125. After that, it's $150.
Okay.
And I know it's a little bit, the tickets are a little bit up there, but this is a fundraiser. We have other activities for everyone, but this is really to raise funds to help, those families and kids that need support,
Yes.
to get into our programs.
Well, as you mentioned, you give away $3 million.
Yeah,
so,
we have to get
has
it somewhere.
Come from somewhere, right? Exactly. Folks are seeing there. It's May 8th, 6 p.m. right at the Y here in Quincy, and there's the website there to sign up. So, how does the evening kind of run, Paul?
So we actually have a little program before
Okay.
For our major donors, the President's Club.
I
So
see.
these are donors who give at least $10,000 a year. And so we get together and to really, again, deepen that relationship and hopefully entice others to get up to that level. And then the program everything opens up at 6 o'clock, and we have a group, the Smoking Jackets, who play at Alba down in Norwell all the time.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Alba is sponsoring them to be there
okay.
that evening.
So some live music.
Yeah, live music, and as folks are walking around, well, as this is a casual, it's a short program.
Okay.
You know, we just have a video of one family in need and where we've really helped out, and I might say a couple words, and
Then the eating begins.
and yeah, and doesn't stop.
Well, and conveniently, you have the run track that
Oh, yeah, to
encompasses
yeah,
the field
to-
house, so
to
you can
walk
work
it
off
off,
your
yeah.
calories,
Yeah.
or maybe kick a ball around in the
Yeah,
field
you're
house.
right. So we'll have some of those games going on.
Oh, you will?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we
All
have
right.
plenty of room there.
So, all right, so something brand new this year.
Yeah.
Then. So it sounds
Very-
like it's gonna be
very
a lot of fun.
exciting, yeah.
Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
No, I think that's it. You know, hopefully a little bit more news here in another month or so that I think will be an enhancement here in Quincy
Okay.
to RY. So I look forward to come back and chat a little bit about that.
Yeah, we'd love to have you anytime. It's
Yeah.
absolutely great to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you again.
You are welcome. Take a look at the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. It looks pretty nice to watch the eclipse this afternoon. Sunshine, just a few high thin clouds. It'll get up into the low to mid 60s this afternoon. That's just dandy. Down to the mid 40s this evening under partly cloudy skies. Still nice tomorrow. Sunshine, a little bit cooler. And then we're back to some gray, damp weather here for Wednesday and Thursday, unfortunately. Thanks again to Paul Gorman for joining us today from the South Shore YMCA. Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching Friday here on the show. Rick Doan from Interfaith Social Services is stopping by to talk about their Stop the Stigma 5K that's coming up soon. Meantime, check our website, qatv.org. You'll find all our latest programs, news and information, video on demand, live streaming, and a whole lot more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great week.